Good afternoon. Welcome to WVLT News at noon. I'm Casey Wheelis. Brittany Tarwater is on assignment. WVLT is Election Central, the place to find up-to-the-minute election results. We are tracking all the big races in East Tennessee, across the state, and Kentucky and the country. Right now, we have live coverage this afternoon, including our Ashley Boley. She's live right now at the Larry Cox Senior Rec Center. We're going to check in with her and former Knoxville Mayor India Kincannon, and our Abicasaurus is live at Montvale Elementary School. We are going to check in with each of them in just a few minutes, but first let's take a look at the elections happening today. If you haven't voted yet, today is the last day to cast your ballot for the presidential election between President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden. And this year's election is not just about the White House. Control of the U.S. Senate is also up for grabs. Republicans have a 53-47 majority right now, but nearly twice as many Republican senators are up for re-election this year compared to Senate Democrats. And here in Tennessee, Republican Bill Hagerty is up against Democrat Marquita Bradshaw, both aiming to replace retiring Senator Lamar Alexander. In a big race for our viewers in Kentucky, the Senate race coming down to the wire. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell facing off against Democratic challenger Amy McGrath. Polls in Kentucky open this morning at 6 a.m. They're going to stay open until 6 p.m. tonight. You can learn more about all the candidates on the WVLT News app. And in Knox County, nearly 172,000 people have already voted, either in person or by mail. In Tennessee, 2.3 million votes already cast. Polls in Knox County are open until 8 o'clock tonight. Also, we want to get a check of your forecast as you head out to the polls. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley. Heather, how's it feeling? It was cold this morning.
Boy, was it. Yes, absolutely. And for those that were waiting in line first thing this morning, we saw that one too. The key here is that it was frosty and freezing, so we were on track for that start to your day. Widespread frost, actually kind of beautiful in photos like this one. Thank you, Edna, for sharing in our WVLT Weather Balls Facebook group. But we did share that freeze again. The big difference was that we had that lack of wind. So we had widespread frost. Upper 20s to low 30s for most. It was 25 this morning, Monticello for your low. Morristown, you dropped to 30. It was 31 in Knoxville briefly, 28 Athens. It was downright cold, right? Cold enough for plenty of frost. But at least now the clear sky does us some favors. Right? There's nothing to see in the region. It's nice and quiet. Here at home, it's blue sky. So we've already warmed up more than we did yesterday. It's already warmer than yesterday's high. 54 currently in Knoxville, 55 in Sevierville, Rogersville, you're at 52, along with Harlan, 55 in Williamsburg. You actually can see where warm air is kind of moving up from the south and west. That's why it's catching Monticello and Jamestown already at upper 50s. Here we go. We're off to a good start. So we'll continue our warming. And quick look at your election day planner in case you are planning to get out here in the next few hours. We're easily going to warm up to around 60 degrees today. So basically getting closer to normal, still a little chilly, but at least it's a little warmer than yesterday. Wrapping up the day, remember your sunset's now about 5:38. So that's when we'll find that chill really kicking in because we do still have a chilly night tonight. Big changes are coming up around the corner actually with a warming trend is kicking off here. So despite the cold start today, it'd be a good day to get out and about, go vote, get some yard work done, get outside and play with the kids if they're out of school. I think we're taking the kids to go vote all together as a family this afternoon. For the next couple of days, you can get outside. Just know we're going to see our views change with more clouds, and then we'll really feel the changes in that warming trend in your full forecast here in about 10 minutes.
All right, Heather, thanks. Well, we're checking in on the polls. So is Knoxville Mayor India Kincannon. She's stopping by the Larry Cox Senior Center in Knoxville. Ashley Boley is there with her now. Ashley, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Casey. That's right. I am here with Mayor India Kincannon. We are here just to kind of talk about some things. Earlier today, I learned that this is the second busiest precinct within Knoxville. Tell me just a little bit about how it feels to see all these voters come out here today.
Well, it's great to see so many people out. The weather's cooperating. I've talked to some voters. It's their first time voting. I've talked to other voters who vote in every election. And I think we're going to have record turnout. So I'm really pleased to be here and see so many people out exercising their right to vote.
That's great. And do you think that this momentum is going to keep going throughout the day, even well into 8 o'clock tonight?
I think so. I think the fact that there's a line here at noon means that people are taking the time out of their busy schedules to vote and make a difference in their community. So I think we're going to see steady lines, but not too long a line. I feel like the line here is moving really fast, and everyone's wearing masks and taking all the election workers are doing amazing work. Big shout out to all the people working these elections, making it so safe and easy to vote. So I'm thrilled with the turnout.
And what's your word of advice to people who haven't made it out yet or haven't been able to vote by absentee yet?
I would say get out there. You have 8 hours. If you have trouble finding your polling place, go to voteknoxville.com. You can get information there, and you have until 8 p.m. And if you're in line at 8 p.m., even if you haven't gotten in the door, then you'll still get your right to vote. So there's plenty of time, and the weather's good, and get out there. People have fought really hard over the years for this right to vote. So honor those people who struggled, and exercise your right to make a difference in the community. I'm wearing white today to celebrate women's suffrage. This is the 100th year that women have had the right to vote, and I love my right to vote, and I'm so glad that more people are able to vote now than ever before. So let's take advantage. It's our superpower.
That's great. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And of course, this is something that we've been seeing all day out here. A lot of people turning out to vote at the Larry Cox Senior Center in North Knoxville. If this is your precinct, like Mayor Concannon said, you have until 8 o'clock tonight. That goes for all the precincts in Knox County. So make sure that you can get out and vote. For now, live in North Knoxville, Ashley Boley, WVLT News.
Ashley, thanks. We're also looking into mail-in ballots in Knox County. Some of you say yours still has not made it to the Knox County Election Commission. Election officials tell us they've been answering calls from voters asking where their ballots are.
With 19,500 plus pieces of mail, it doesn't surprise me we'd hear about a few instances of that. Is that one of those things where it was lost in transit somewhere? Quite possibly. But we've been receiving ballots every day since probably September 20th or 21st, something like that.
Officials say if your ballot isn't received by today, you can vote in person with a provisional ballot. You have to do that today, though. We have a link on how you can track your ballot in the WVLT News app. When we come back, we're checking with our Abby Casoris, who is at the voting polls in Montville Elementary. Welcome back to WVLT News at noon. We continue your Election Day coverage. Abby Casoris is joining us live at another polling location, Montville Elementary. Abby, how are the lines looking?
Yes, Casey, those lines are pretty short. I mean, you're really not going to have to wait any longer than 5 minutes here. Something patriotic we've been seeing here throughout the day. Every time there's a first-time voter, these poll workers make sure to announce it to the whole room and cheer. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get to see another one here today. We've seen about a dozen just in the last few hours of these new voters getting ready to vote. People say it's just an exciting time here to get involved in the election process. We're also Yep, see, here we go. People saying, it's just exciting to see people getting involved in the election process. We've seen some of the poll workers here are 17 and 18. Some can vote, some can't. We talked with Michelle Stevens earlier today. She's been voting for the last couple of decades, but her son Jacob and his fiance